Obsession, 2026. It says 25 on the website for whatever reason, but it's horror, an hour and 49 minutes. I arrived late to the film, and it was all thanks to some Chipotle and a misplaced phone with the tickets on it. I started the film at the part where one of the main characters, Bear, was dropping off Nikki at her house, and that's when the whole thing happens. I knew the film was special because the way they use shadow and pauses, if that makes sense, like they're having dialogue and there's these awkward pauses or these pauses that just feel off or borderline uncomfortable, but it came out very effective. And by God, honestly, it made me really jealous. Not because I didn't think of it, but the contrary. I've had those same ideas, there's no original ideas. And the way he used the shadows and the pauses, I've had it in my head for a little bit. I'm just glad that they were used effectively and used at all. Like, I'm pretty sure there's films out there that have done it, and he's not the pioneer, but I'm just saying the way he did that was amazing. It was nice, it was good. Good job. And in the examples, it's like using a shot that's like dark, and there's something in the shot that's talking to you or something, and you don't know what it is until it moves. Movement gives away what was hitting in the shot, Oh, the thing I also really enjoyed was the use of reverse motion to amplify or accentuate the unnatural look of some things. Borderline like, it's unnatural. Like when someone's like on their feet walking and then they play it in reverse and it looks even more weird. That type of stuff they did, and it was nice. It worked. There were some pauses and scenes where the pauses were going on way too long. It made you feel uncomfortable, but I think that was the point. And it's way beyond the normal standard pauses. I feel like that's why they even work, because you're expecting it to stop because you've been conditioned by this industry standard, like couple of seconds, 1, 2, 3, okay, that was a pause, that was awkward. But this one goes beyond that, so it pauses and it just keeps going and going. You're like, and you're looking around and you see it's like, did the movie freeze or? And I think it did that really effectively. It did that so long that it became borderline comedic. And that brings me to the next subject, the director of the film. He does a lot of short, funny clips online. He's known for a short film he made on YouTube. I haven't seen it, I should watch it. Yeah, there's this ongoing discussion about how comedic people, like, Jordan Peele with Key and Peele, the sketch show, he came out and broke the mold and did his stuff with like Nope. Up is freaking Disney. He did Nope. He did Us. That's what I'm thinking of. Us, Up. One letter off, but that's what I mean. People are saying these comics coming out and doing horror stuff, and they're doing it well. Why? What is that? Why is that a thing? And I want to add to that there's give me a sec. There's this book I read. It's called Nightmare Fuel: The Science of Horror Films. I really love that book. It's a good listen or read, whatever you choose. I recommend it. It's by Nina Nesseth, and explains that horror and comedy are much closer than they first appear because both genres manipulate the same human systems: tension, anticipation, surprise, and emotional release. The thin line between them is how our brain interprets that release. Both horror and comedy follow a setup, followed by a payoff. In comedy, the payoff is laughter. In horror, the payoff becomes fear, shock, or dread. The jump scares here in this film, they weren't cheap. Or, I guess they kind of were. They were kind of cheap. They'd be sprinkled in dialogue, while having a normal conversation, and then boom, it gets you. But I think that's the point of jump scares. I'm tired of the jump scares where your camera's panning into a closet, into a dark closet, or there's music rising and you're just looking at a static shot, and something's coming. That defeats the purpose of a jump scare. It's supposed to scare you without knowing, or jump you, or I don't know. But the way he used jump scares in this film, it's funny kind of too. There'll be like out of nowhere someone having a quick dialogue and blah, what? Anyways, the way they used it in this film was genuinely pleasing because it's different and I don't know, not cookie cutter.
This is like a thing I'm kind of coining, right? Like, it's not something that people say, but just making this up, like I have kind of my own modern jump scare that I try to pursue, but it's not a jump scare at all. It's just like my version of a jump scare is like if you could have 2 or 3 or even 4 moments in your movie where you can kind of like make the audience go like, oh, I didn't like that. Like that was weird. That made me feel I didn't like that, right? Like to me, that's a modern jump scare, and that's kind of what I pursue, because jump scares can be kind of predictable and sometimes can be unearned. You know, someone opens a closet and a ball falls out, but because the music is loud, it's supposed to be a jump scare. And I think that a modern audience kind of rolls their eyes, right? I mean, I do. I can only speak for myself, but as an audience, you know, I'm a huge audience for horror, and so I try to ask myself, like, well, how would I react? You know, if I don't think it would be good, then I wouldn't put it in my movie.
Actually, I say that I don't frighten easy. I'm thinking like when you say you anticipate the jump scare, you know, when you know it's coming, I kind of like blur my eyes or look at the floor. With the kind of stuff you do, you're completely engaged, you're looking, and then it just
you won't see it coming.
You. Yeah.
Because what's the point of a jump scare you could see coming, right? Like my job is to trick you, and that comes from comedy. You know, tricking someone is kind of how you make someone laugh. You make them think that something's going one way, and then if you trick them, you'll get a laugh usually.
It was borderline comedic, the way they use these jump scares, and I think that comes from the guy. He's a funny guy, I guess. Oh yeah, I feel like there's a lot of heavy inspiration for this film. I see inspiration from the Talk to Me. I see inspiration from Midsommar and definitely Hereditary. From the Talk to Me film, there's a scene where the teens were having a party and drinking, and there's like a similar scene in Talk to Me. I don't know why, but my brain, it associated it with it. Midsommar was like about a relationship, right? This is a relationship too, but it's like the horror aspect of a relationship gone wrong. And then the guttural sounds in Midsommar where they were screaming, and then it came from the gut, and you could tell it's like pure agony. It's not like your average scream. It's like something that came within the actor. And this one, there's definitely some visceral screaming that sounds like, I don't want to call acting fake, but just genuine, if that makes sense. Genuine agony. And it's just, yeah, you did that there. And that's what the film reminds me of. And then also in Hereditary, they play a lot with shadows in Hereditary. And I think there's even a scene where the mom was in the corner of the room or something, and that was very reminiscent in some of the scenes in the Obsession film. Oh, this is a nice little note. Okay, the casting was amazing. I'm tired of seeing Chris Pratt and other people be reused like reboots nobody asked for, but somehow got 3 sequels. Usually when I see a film with new faces, I'm like, let's give them a chance, but I usually forget about them, and then they never do anything else. If you see people in like films, they're like, okay, finally, someone new. They come and go. But with these people, I feel like they did a good job. They acting, obviously, and I could honestly see the actress and actor doing something like in the next couple of years, and it could be another thing, and then everyone's like, oh yeah, they started off in Obsession. Like, I could see that happening. So they definitely gonna grow and branch off into their own, I believe. All right, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this. Is it good? Yeah, it's good, but I don't think it's like amazing. It's good. That's not a bad thing. It's great. It just depends, you know. Let me see what I wrote down. It just depends. This is the guy's first film. It's an amazing first film. It feels like a student's short film turned into a feature. It feels like it was a short film, and it's not bad. It just means it's new and experimental, right? There's accolades everywhere, and this is what I like about it. It's high concept and low effort. I'm not saying what they did was low or anything. Directing the movie, no matter what it is, it takes a lot of skill. But I'm saying low effort in the sense that it was low budget, and they didn't have too many like special effects, too many CGI parts, I guess, so to speak. High concept, low effort's where the money is at. That's if you can successfully pull it off. Yeah, and the thing I want to say, it's definitely like an acquired taste. It's reminiscent, a more tame version of The Monkey from 2005. It's widely considered a dark horror film, but it treads along that border of being comedic and horror. But the Monkey was definitely, it definitely did some things towards the end that just were absurd, and I think that's the point. It was funny. Is it worth a watch? Yeah, it's definitely worth a watch. It does things right, and it does things that aren't so damn boring. I think that's why it's so successful. The story's good. The way they shot it was amazing. The music was really good. That was the next thing I was talking about. The music was really good. There's even a reveal where they're using the synth track that reminds me a lot of Hyper Light Drifter. It was good. It was great. Is it worth a second watch? I don't think so. I think during the second watch, I'd feel like I'd get irritated with myself. I don't know. I just feel like if I were gonna watch it again, I would be dissecting it at that point. Like, all right, let's look at this scene and what they did right. Let's look at they added this cut or whatever, you know, just to study from it, if that makes sense. But it does things well. Yeah. I think the average person's either really gonna like it or just not bother. 6.5 out of 10. It's a good film. Give it a watch. It does things right, and I'm excited to see what this guy does next. I think Chainsaw Massacre or something. But yeah, thank you.